So, you want to master the sword, eh? Well, you've certainly come to the right place, but before I tell you all the little tips and tricks, let us first understand this fine weapon. So the sword has two attack types, the slash and the dash. The slash attack is by far the quickest to perform, but is also the weakest attack, dealing only 25 damage per hit with a maximum of 3 slashes in succession, meaning that the maximum amount of damage you can deal is 75%. The dash, on the other hand, is a lot slower to perform with a 2-second wind-up time, but is by far the most powerful attack, dealing 60% damage per hit, whilst also knocking your opponent back. If you miss your dash, however, you will suffer immobility for around 2 seconds, leaving you exposed and defenseless to enemy pirates. Also with the dash attack, if you block before performing it, you'll perform a little movement bug which will allow you to have more speed and control, and jumping just as you start to move forward will allow you to clear much larger gaps. Blocking is no doubt a fundamental part of sword combat, as it will zero out any damage that you should have took from a slash attack. Blocking and jumping in any direction will allow you to hop. This is useful for getting around the ship if you're unable to drop your guard, and also will ignore any enemy collision, meaning if you're cornered, you can effectively get out without any issue and strike them from behind. So, now you know how the sword works, let's take a look at some things that can give you the edge in a fight. Let's say you've boarded an enemy ship and a pirate is blocking all of your attacks with the sword. How do you beat them? Do you A, keep swinging at him? Do you B, perform a sword dash? Or C, use your sword hop to get behind him? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Alright, time's up. If you said either B or C, you're correct. Because if you sword dash at them, the block only defends against slash attacks, so you can still deal 60% damage to their health unhindered. And if you sword hop to get behind him, he's gonna have to try and spin a full 180 degrees round, giving you time to get in a few slashes. Great, so you've killed the first sword dude, but his mate is using guns, so how do you win this fight? Do you A, try to matrix every bullet until he's out of ammo? Or do you try and close the distance and keep hugging him? Another 5 seconds, go. Got your answer? Well, if you said B, you're correct, because if you keep playing around him, mostly behind him, he's going to have a hard time trying to get a good sightline on you for a good shot. I think that's enough questions. Now let's take a look at some places on a ship that you can pre-sword dash and possibly get an easy kill. The first place that you can pre-dash is the capstan if the ship is anchored, because if they're trying to set sail, then you can bet at least one person is going to be there, allowing you to get an early strike and possible early kill. The second place you can pre-dash is to behind these barrels on the stairs on a sloop. This works because that's where a lot of people like to try and hide when they're on low health for some reason. Combine that with the sloop's small interior, and you've got yourself a free kill. And the third place you can pre-dash is down the right side of the brig on the brigantine, as that's where a lot of the useful barrels and the ammo crate is, giving you a chance to deal some big damage while they're defenseless. And finally, the last tip for mastering the sword is just to practice. Try and get yourself in more face-to-face fights by boarding them, and you'll find that your sword skills will massively improve. Anyway, that's all I've got for you on this topic, so if you found this guide helpful, please make sure to leave a like on the video, and if you want to see more Sea of Thieves content, then make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you won't miss another upload, and I'll see y'all on the seas.